And you are with Spaceman on Local and Live. Welcome. Thanks for tuning in. And as I mentioned, I am honoured and blessed to have with me in the studio Snake Oil Preachers, all four members. Welcome to you all. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Most welcome.
Very much.
Great teamwork there, all jumping in all at once. And what I'll get you to do is to introduce yourselves individually and state what your role is in the band, whether you're the boss or the or whatever it may be. Jonathan, would you like to start?
I'll start. Jonathan Wraiths. My name, my department, Swagger and Wardrobe. From time to time, I sing.
I'm Matt, and I play the guitar and I put all the cables together at rehearsal.
Important job.
Perhaps musical director might also be an appropriate title.
And I'm Anne Cooper. I play the drums, and that's my circle of influence.
Important
I'm
role.
Stu, and I play bass in a wonderful band. Yes, I'm jealous of me. It's the best job ever.
Excellent. And you're all here, so no one's missing. That's great. And so if you could just tell us a bit about the origin story of the band, how long you've been together, how you met, where the name came from, and any other secrets you'd like to divulge.
So I'll take part one and throw to members as appropriate. It's a long story. I'll try and keep it as short as I possibly can. Matthew and I met when we were working together in Radio Archives, fantastic institution. That was back in 1987, I think we carbon date that at. And since that time, I've been bugging Matt to allow me to sing while he plays guitar. I eventually prevailed with some success, and of course, Matt and Anne being partners, I met Anne as soon as she got hooked up with Matt, which was through the National Film and Sound Archive Christmas Band, as I understand it. And after a long period of Matt and Anne playing on Second Life, we managed to draw them back into the First Life. And Matt told me I needed to find a bass player. I happened to be standing outside Smith's Alternative on the 27th of January 2017 to go and see the fabulous band, the Dead Marines, including a couple of Canberra expatriates. And who should I see on the footpath there but the great Stuart Gordon Robertson, ex of the Falling Joys. We've got rock and roll royalty with us today. I said to Stuart, I need a bass player, what are you doing? And Stuart said, I've just taken a package from a government department, which will not be named. He said, I've got plenty of time. So we put together a bit of a list of hoary old rock and roll classics that we thought we might give a go. Some coming from 78, some coming from 45, some coming from 33 revolution per minute records. Had a rehearsal at the Duffy Hotel, and from there we embarked. Where did the name come from, Matthew?
I think I have to take responsibility for that. Something about the way you look when you sing just made me think of a snake oil preacher. And, I think the world is full of snake oil at the moment, and I thought if we were going to sing, we should sing about that. And so, I did a quick internet search and nobody else had snaffled it. So I immediately registered the Facebook page and told the guys, we shall be known as the Snake Oil Preachers. And they said, okay.
So we are, and we continue to this day, 2017, taking to 2025. In that time, we've managed to put together a long-playing record, which we'll talk about again shortly, but what we're looking forward to enormously in coming weeks is the launch of our debut single, Beulah Baby, which will occur at Descent Cafe and Bar, 8 p.m, the 8th of March. We've got two sets. It's us on the stage, and so we'll be going flat out for a couple of hours.
All right, you're answering my questions. I don't even need to ask them. All right, but lovely backstory story. Snake Oil Preachers. I did look that up. There's the Manning Street Preachers, of course, but otherwise only you are the original and only Snake Oil Preachers. And as you've mentioned, you have a single launch coming up, and you guys have come bearing gifts. You've given me a beautiful or it even says beautiful on there, a beautiful postcard, and it is not blank. You've written a message personally for me. Dear Spaceman, thanks for having us on your show. With respect, Snake Oil Preachers. And this, on the postcard, is the Beulah artwork. And this is the single that you will be promoting on the 8th of March.
That's right. There's a QR code on the postcard as well, because we're distributing the single for free from Bandcamp. So you can either go to Bandcamp and look for Snake Oil Preachers, or come to one of our gigs. We'll give you a postcard, and you just click on the QR code and it'll take you there to download the single for free.
Right, and if people attend your concerts, what can they expect? Especially at this one at Descent Bar. You've said you're doing 2 sets, is that right?
That's absolutely true. They can expect to hear every single song off our debut long-playing record. Individual results may vary, plus a wide selection of well-chosen tunes from the rock and roll heritage. We'll pick up a tune from the Big Bopper. Of course, Bob Dylan will get a Guernsey or two. Marquis Smith kind of features in a peculiar way in the show. There's an array of tunes and something for everybody in the selection.
Yeah, we've got Jonathan up front. He's a fantastic singer and frontman. Far too modest to mention it himself, although he also does have a great line in swagger and wardrobe. He makes the rest of us pay a bit more attention to how we dress. I must admit, I've got a whole lot of nice shirts, which I never would have got if it wasn't for this band. And yeah, we all sing, so we have beautiful harmony backing up Jonathan's lead vocals. Annie and Stu are just a fantastic engine room. They lock in. You get the bass and the kick locked in, and they just work together. I kind of weave guitar in between them and Jonathan's vocal. It's pretty rock and roll. There's a few slow numbers. I'd say we're fairly much in your face, though. You know, we don't hold back.
Sounds very engaging. Sounds like it'd be a lot of fun. Sounds like it's something you couldn't ignore if you're in the room. It's
No, definitely. Not background music.
Quite entertaining, I would imagine. And the quote I've got here, Canberra's favourite and most innovative Canberra punk party band. And from Bob Dylan to Nancy Sinatra. What's this Grandpa Simpson quote?
Stu.
It's all about the healing qualities of Snake Oil Preachers. As you know, Grandpa Simpson sold his elixir that put your pep back in, and playing and listening to this kind of music, it's energetic and it really gives you rehabilitation, restorative measures, and it's just healthy. So
I love it.
You
Great.
should be able to claim it on something.
Great metaphor or analogy, or whichever one it is. And your single, Beulah, you have on Bandcamp, and you've set up a free download. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yep, it's up there for free. There's also a digital version of the album there, which only contains the original tracks. We didn't license the covers that are on the vinyl LP for digital distribution, but it's available for the very reasonable sum of $9. But we figured make the single available for free. You never know, there might be some more free singles coming, and you can listen to the tracks in their entirety on Bandcamp to find out a little bit more about what we sound like. So yeah, that's we haven't really exploited the whole Bandcamp thing to date. We've been very interested in selling our vinyl LPs, but of course not everybody's got a record player these days, so you need to have an alternative.
All right, well, let's play the single, but what can you tell us about the song, the story behind it?
Okay, this is the first song I ever really wrote, and what I was trying to do, both sonically and emotionally, was get the crosshairs between the Fred Neil song, Everybody's Talking About Me, and the Cold Chisel song, Flame Trees. Ended up with Beulah Baby. I love songs about places. I love songs about distance. So in an attempt to do that, we've ended up with Beulah Baby, and we'll see what the audience thinks of it.
All right, well, let's have a listen. This is Beulah Baby, the single that they will be launching next month, 8th of March, at Descent Cafe and Bar. Let's have a listen, see what you think.
I'm coming to Beulah, baby, or you might just see me, maybe. I'll call you when I get close, but I know I ain't got a hope. Flat broke and into town, baby. Don't you know I'm running on empty? Think I roll another number for the road. How long, oh Lord, must I carry this heavy load? That long night in which you proved we burned down the house of truth. We left all the smoldering embers in a town no one remembers. If you see me in patch of wallet, I know you're not gonna frolic. You're sick and tired all my running round. Best I try some other town. Pull over, fill the tank again. Drive hard through that fatal bend. Best I try some other town. I guess I'll try in some other town. Pull over, fill the tank again. Drive hard through that fatal bend. Best I try some other town. I guess I'll cry in some other town. I'm coming to Beulah, baby. You might just see me, maybe. I'll call you when I get close, but I know I ain't got a hope. Flat broke and empty down. Don't you know I'm running on empty? I think I roll another number for the road. How long, oh Lord, must I carry this heavy load? How long, oh Lord, must I carry this heavy load? How long, oh Lord, must I carry this heavy load? I'm coming to you, baby.
If you have an interest in radio, why not get involved in your community radio station, 2XX FM? Visit our website for more information, 2xxfm.org.au.
And you're with Spaceman on LocalnLive. And just then we heard Beulah Baby by Snake Oil Preachers. And that is the single that they will be launching at their launch party on Saturday, 8th of March, 7:30 p.m, Descent Cafe and Bar. And we've just heard it. I hope you enjoyed it. But that is one of many songs off your full-length album, which you've brought in. And tell us about the recording process. You had recorded in quite fancy studios, I believe.
Yeah, well, we'd been saving all our pennies for quite a long time. We managed to actually do some quite good gigs at Smith, so we had a little bit of money in the bank. I'd been to Studio 301 in Sydney for another event, and I'd seen Studio 2 there, their rock and roll room, and it was just perfect. We've done some local recording in a project studio, you know, where you put down the drums and then you put down the guitars and you put down the vocals on top. That really didn't work all that well for us. What we needed was a room where we could all play together, because we all play off each other. And the Studio 2 at 301 is a perfect room for that. So we have the guitar and bass amplifiers in isolation cabinets. Stu and I are standing in the room with the drums, but our sound is isolated and separate.
Me in an isolation cabinet, probably the best place for me.
Absolutely. So we could all see each other, we could all react to each other, we'd play in real time. We did a few overdubs and things like that as well. Basically, we had 4 days in paradise, in heaven, recording at 301. It was a fabulous team. I mean, by lunchtime on the first day, we were a team. It wasn't like they were working for us, or we were, you know, Steph and Stu and the Snake Oil Preachers were working as a really good team, putting this record down. And you know, originally we had thought we'd just do the recording there and possibly get it mixed elsewhere to save a little bit of money, but they understood us. They really got the music, and it was really obvious that the best thing to do was to continue. So the whole project was done at 301. We mixed kind of remotely, so they do a mix. They give you access to it through their Dropbox, and you can make comments and mark up things and talk about how you want to change things. A couple of times I've got actually on a Zoom call with to do some minor edits and things like that. So we're both listening and talking to each other while we're doing the editing. So we weren't actually in the studio while they did that part, but it worked really well. And then had it mastered by Steve Smart, who's one of the old school mastering engineers up there, who, in terms of getting something done for vinyl, was exactly the right sort of person to go to.
And can I just say they were absolutely blessed having Matthew's technical recording expertise and a life of knowledge about those processes and how that works and how it goes down and the sound we wanted. And we've got the ears of a great producer with Stuart Gordon-Robertson here, who just managed to articulate and through very few words just instruct, influence and bring about the sound. So the combination of having Stu and Matt working with the guys from 301 was an absolute blessing and a revelation for me.
And Annie, you were saying you had 17 or more, was it?
I did,
microphones?
yeah, 17 microphones.
On your drum kit?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
you know, nestled in and poking out of everywhere. And they had a really, really old-fashioned one that looked like a plumber's pipe that he just had in the corner somewhere just for the real tops.
Yep.
I don't know how many of them they actually used in the end. I think probably all of them worked really well, but they kept on moving this pipe one around in
Right.
front of me and behind me. And that was really interesting too, in that we all had headphones on. We had a bit of experience. We did a lot of practice for about 3 months before this recording with just doing the songs that we wanted to put down, and with headphones on, so that was all a bit new. And we all had our little individual panels where we could organise the mix of those sounds of the others in the band without having to sort of press a button and say to the person on the desk, you know, I want more vocals or I want more guitar, something like that. Yeah, so it's absolutely bristling with microphones and leads, and yeah, they all just crowded around me as soon as I got in there, you know, and put them up.
Yeah, Stuart Geddes, the other engineer on the thing too, is a drummer himself, so he was very good at. He did a bit of damping on Annie's kit, things like that.
I never put that sort of thing on my kit ever, and he asked me to buy new skins. He said, tell you what, there's a bit of a new skin kind of sound. So he got this little bit of tissue and some gaffer and stuck them on each head, and it made them sound beautiful. I still haven't taken them off, but it wasn't something that I would have thought about doing ever, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I can understand why you said it was like paradise or heaven, and a learning experience by the sound of it. And so that is from the album Individual Results May Vary, and that is already out now if people want to go and listen to it. That's correct?
That's right. You can listen to it on Bandcamp, and you can purchase a download of the tracks on Bandcamp, as well as downloading the free single. I keep saying signal. I don't know. It's terrible. We've still got 12-inch vinyl LPs available. Just contact us directly. They're at a gig or through our Facebook page if you're interested in the genuine 12-inch article.
It's a beautiful package, might I add, with artwork by our good friend Ross Kansu, Big R, and accompanying graphic design by Laurie Guthridge, a.k.a. Mongrel Dogma.
And the one online and on Bandcamp, the website, it only has, it doesn't have the cover songs that we put on the album because we didn't license them for digital.
Yeah, too much admin licensing covers for digital. You've got to count how many times they sell it and tell
so
someone.
if you want to download the album, you'll only get those songs, which is like 10 out of...
That's 6.
10 songs? 6
out of 10. It's not the longest LP on the track, going around at about 33 minutes, but... fine things come in small packages.
It does mean it's got maximum dynamic range too, which is great.
All right, so that is, where's it gone? Individual Results May Vary. You can catch it now on Bandcamp, or even better, get the vinyl from one of their gigs. And once again, their single launch coming up Saturday, 8th of March, Descent Cafe. And we have time for a random question. Before we went to air, you chose 19, which is, if your band had to survive a zombie apocalypse, who in the band would last the longest and who would be the first to go? All right, then, be nice.
I'd be the first to go. I quail at the mere sight or thought of zombies.
Well, that's right. He is the brains of the band, after all.
Yeah.
So the zombies would go straight for him.
That's right. I think I'd hide behind his dead body, and if I was able to keep quiet enough, I'm not sure. I reckon, personally, I think Stu would survive.
Yeah, I like my chances. I'm very good with small children, babies, puppies, that kind of thing. And I think because of my comfortable boringness, I think the zombies will kind of just get used to me being around and,
Not differentiate so much, Stu,
there's
is that
that
what you're
guy.
saying?
You would
It's
fit
not the
right in.
hassling.
Yeah.
It's gotta,
You'd blend in.
I think I'll give you a run for your money because I might have short legs, but I can run really fast. I'll outrun them anyway.
Oh, no, I'm not running.
You're
I'm
dead.
just
That's it.
mingling.
It's over.
You just have to outrun the other members of the band. That's it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much for coming in today and telling us all about the band and the album and upcoming gig. We're going to finish with one more song. Open Carry, is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What can you tell us about this song?
Stu will tell you about track 1, side 1, please, Stu.
Okay, open carry. It doesn't have the common American meaning of guns. We are very much
Anti-gun ban.
anti-gun band, but in Australia, open carry is when you're consuming alcohol while you're driving. Even having an open beverage is enough to get arrested, even if you haven't had a sip out of it. So here's the story of beverages.
May have been an encounter, or it may not have been an encounter
it's
with the
hard to
long
tell.
arm of the law. It's hard to tell from this distance. Yeah.
I'll have to talk to the magistrate about how we put that.
All right. Well, once again, thank you all for coming in today. And we will, if you have any more news, feel free to come back on the show.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah,
We
thanks
will
for
indeed.
having
Thank you
very
us.
much.
Yeah,
Thank you, Spaceman.
This has been fun. Thank you.
You are welcome. All right. Once again, that is Snake Oil Preachers. They have their album out. Individual results may vary. Their single launch is on Saturday, 8th of March, Descent Cafe. And we are going to go out now with their track Open Carry.
From Stuart Gordon Robertson.
Thank you.
Here we go.
Mr. Junior, this guy is under, but he's had a rough night. We better assess him, test him, cross-check him, taser him, he's taking flight. Our left wheels are screeching, tired of their preaching.